All right, guys, we're heading back to the dollar index. A really interesting situation here as we're about to hit the price target that we've set up, right? The mid-high key level 97. I mean, about 6 days ago, we were here, and I was telling you that my bearish conviction with regard to the dollar index is I'm going to flip it over, right? I'm going to flip over, for at least from a short-term perspective, and take the bullish stance, just because I noticed that price was spiking the 200 daily moving average after taking the previous low and quickly turning around to close back above, I should say, this particular cluster, 96.19, the mid-low key level of the purple setup, and 96.23, very tightly, one against the other, and that's the bigger key level coming from the blue setup, the same setup coming from the monthly chart. And then of course we saw the following day that price was kind of confirming the fact that it's beginning to generate the next upside leg, right? Price was basically starting on the downside, trying, testing that cluster from above, but bouncing back up. So we were quite convinced that we're going to see the next fourth leg, right? It should be the fourth leg. We already had 3. So the main question for me at this point is not whether we're going to reach the higher section. I'm pretty convinced that we will. My question here is, are we going to be able to, do we have enough time for price to hit that higher section and come back all the way down to establish itself back below this cluster here by the end of the month? Now we're talking, 2 or 3 trading days to go. I'm not sure price have enough time to do so. Now the reason I suggest that as an option is because of the big picture. If you remember, coming from the big picture, we were looking at this break below 96.23 4 months ago. Then we saw price just paying huge respect to that key level when he was trying to test that from below, actually penetrated for a while, then bounced back down, closed back below, and we saw the same behavior last month in a second attempt to break through. And take a look at the close, so tight, 96.21. So I'm trying to figure out where the price is going to do it a third time, right? If it's going to have enough time to come all the way back and leave yet a higher spike, but still respect 96.23 and obviously reverse and complete the downside move that we've expected to see. So at this point, you can also take a look at the weekly chart, because here we can also find quite interesting insights. Take a look at this, failure to break through. We're talking 4 or 5 weeks ago with that spike here, the same cluster, right? 96.23, 96.19. And of course last week with that huge spike here, also failed attempt to break through. So that to me suggests that obviously we have a bit of a contradiction between 2 different time scales. However, I'm pretty sure we're going to be able to hit the higher section in the next day or 2. So it's definitely going to be fascinating to see how things are going to unfold here. I'll definitely come back to keep you posted. In the meantime, guys, from a short-term perspective, we're still keeping our bullish view, our bullish outlook, and that's about that for today. We'll see you tomorrow.